All right, we are back on Morning Line. Thanks for joining us. Our guest is Josh Horn from Social Security. So, you know, we always do this thing. We open up the phone lines. You're welcome to join in the conversation. Questions so we can help you. 737-7587. And next on, we had one Danny before. We have another Danny now. Hi, Danny.
Good morning, gentlemen. I have two quick questions.
Okay.
First, I was born in 1957, so I'm in that loop to wait till 67 or 67 and a half. How does that affect the early draw period or the age of 62?
And you can still draw as early as age 62, and you're at 67. We're not any further than 67 right now, but yeah, you can still draw as early as age 62.
Second question, I am a combat wounded veteran, and I had open heart surgery this year at the VA. Should I claim disability through VA or go through Social Security?
Well, you can do both. I mean, VA is something separate than Social Security, so you know.
So they would conflict where one would say, they take away payments from one because of the other?
Nope, they don't. They don't affect each other.
Then that would if he got SSI.
If you get SSI
he's going for
benefits,
Social Security
but if you're talking about Social Security disability benefits, then no, it wouldn't affect each other.
I think I know what you're going to do, Danny.
Okay, so I'm going to give him my VA rep. God bless.
Yeah,
Thank
go
you.
for it. Go for both of them, my friend, and see if get the maximum amount you can get, since they won't affect each other. You deserve it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for your time and your service. Let's go next to Eddie. Hi, Eddie.
Hey, yeah, my name is Eddie, and I was in a bad car wreck, and I was able to get my disability. And I can't hardly move my back and knee, foot paralyzed. And they called me yesterday, Social Security, talking about they're going to send me a voucher to right to work. What do that mean?
That they were going to do
a voucher for right to work?
Yes, sir.
So we have a ticket to work program that basically provides you additional information about going back to work. It also, any kind of medical reviews that we do periodically, it will delay those while you're trying to go back to work. And so that's kind of just an additional program out there trying to help you look at different options for going back to work. May involve vocational rehabilitation, something like that.
So Eddie, you may not be able to do that. Are you applying for disability, or do you already have it?
I already have disability. I was in a bad car wreck, and they helped. I was out for a whole year with no income. Well, about 9 months, and they approved me, and I didn't get no back pay or nothing like that. Why is that?
You didn't get any back pay?
No, I was out for 9 months, and when they approved me, and they didn't give me no back pay. They just.
So a lot of the times what happens is with what we call traumatic injuries, everybody on Social Security has to wait a 5-month waiting period, with the exception of Lou Gehrig's disease. So you may, if you got injured today and you walked in tomorrow and filed for benefits and you were approved 4 or 5 months later, you're not going to get any back pay because you've got a 5-month waiting period. Now you said 9 months, so I'm not sure exactly how the math worked out there. I'd have to look at your record to double check, but if there was any, or you may have gotten a little bit, but it didn't really feel like you got any back pay because you only got 3 or 4 months of back pay. But it also kind of depends on, sometimes you'll come in and you may have had some kind of progressive injury, but they deem that you really weren't 100% disabled until you had this surgery that didn't go well 2 months after the car wreck or something along those lines. Again, kind of hard to tell without seeing your specific record. I'm just kind of giving you a couple scenarios I've seen in the past.
All right, let's see if we can squeak in Mary. Hi, Mary.
Yes.
Hi there.
My mama died. My daddy got her Social Security at the age of 60.
Widows and widowers benefits do start as early as age 60. He would be subject to the earnings limit. So if he's working full time, he may not be able to draw. But if he's not working, what we do a lot of times, we see widows and widowers draw one benefit as early as age 60, and then they can switch over to their own record later on.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am, for your call. Does everyone who has paid into Social Security get a death benefit?
Everybody Excuse me. Yeah. Well, everybody who's insured gets the $255 one-time lump sum death
I
payment.
don't think most people know that. Now, they find out, of course, when they go to a nursing home, if they go to a nursing home. Now, if they're like me, and I'm hoping to get my body in the body farm at UT, okay, I'm not going to go to a funeral home. I'm going to let them test my body, use it over there at the body farm. Dr. Bass, well, he'll be gone by the time I'm gone, but I'm going to be out there underneath a tree decomposing, okay? So, my son can apply and get a $250 check to go party.
Unfortunately, there are some restrictions on who can apply.
Of course there are.
Right.
Okay.
It's only for surviving spouses.
Okay, my spouse. She'll outlive me probably.
Or minor children. So if you pass away today and your son's a minor, then yes. But if you're older and he's older, then no.
Okay, so surviving spouse is the one who can get the benefit.
The order of preference is a surviving married living with spouse. After that, it would be a minor child, and then after that, it would be a divorced spouse who's drawing on the record, and that's it.
Okay, and that $250, I guess, is something from bygone days.
It really is. It's back from way back when they weren't even sure the first people who paid into Social Security were even going to get anything. And so this was written in there so that somebody would get something based on what they paid in. And it was just kind of held over. It's never been increased. It's never been touched.
I bet it's a boon for the nursing homes. They can just build it in, because most people, I guarantee you, don't know about that. And they go in and they say, well, this is the price of this casket, but did you know we can take $250 right from the government for you, and then they put it in. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that's how most people find out, isn't it?
The funeral homes usually, we'll let them know, and like you said, I mean, it's
because that's where you're paying it to.
And there used to be, I haven't heard it as much lately, but used to be a lot of misinformation that we pay that directly to the funeral home, which isn't the case. We pay it to like I said, the surviving spouse or the minor children. And then we don't touch it after that. Now, most of the time, you're going to turn around and write it to the funeral home, because that's where the expenses going. But
exactly right, exactly right. All right, listen. Let's remind folks the phone number that they can call. Some people today, Todd and others, if they want to get more answers, call 1-800-772-1213. You can maybe get some answers over the phone there, or is that where you set up an appointment where you go to get your answers?
No, a lot of the routine information, you can call them for change of address, change of direct deposit, basic questions, setting up an appointment, what's the status of my claim, some things like that. If you've already filed and you've got some more intensive questions, a lot of times it is better to call the local office, depending on where you're living at, but they can direct you to your local office too if it's something that they can't help.
Yeah, and then all the other questions, and I know many of you don't have access necessarily to a computer. You're like me and you're clueless around one, but you can go online and get so many. And I've set up my Social Security page, and it's awesome. Or if you don't have one, libraries have them. Go to library, and the folks there in reference will walk over and walk you through what you need to get on there.
And the frequently asked questions page of our online website is awesome.
Probably answer anything you need to know.
I go there.
Yeah.
So, periodically to just get something in everyday terms, and I'll go to our socialsecurity.gov website, go to the fact page, and type in my question, and it gives me the answer. It really is awesome if you don't want to wait online and you've got just a general question.
Yeah, take advantage of that. And as I always say, many of you are in the process of applying, going through the process, you get denied. Don't give up. Stick with it. Stick with it. The appeals sometimes just come with the territory. And if you just feel like you're hitting your head against a wall, you've said you don't advocate one way or the other, but sometimes if you've tried it all yourself, try a lawyer.
Yeah, they're there to help.
Some very fine lawyers that actually worked at one time for Social Security, so they know which doors and buttons to push, and they can sometimes help find something maybe that you didn't know, or you were missing one thing that gets you over the hump. And so something, by the way, remind folks, they're saying, Nick, what are you talking about? I don't have any money for a lawyer. I'm looking for disability.
Yeah,
lawyers get paid.
They only get paid out of your retroactive payment, so it's not, and you don't pay anything if you don't get your benefits.
It's like on contingency, and they get basically, what's the total?
It's the lesser of 6,000 or 25%.
6,000 or 25%. So that's the way lawyers get paid. Josh, nice to be here. Will we see you again?
Oh yeah,
I sure
next
hope
month.
so. Next month, my friend. We'll be back. Wrap things up right after this.